Welcome to Around the Peninsula. I'm Army Sergeant Matt Cromer. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Batman and Robin, and Han Solo and Chewbacca. Nothing defines teamwork more than two people facing tough odds together. Army Sergeant Stephen Dornbos introduces two soldiers that are fighting together to achieve one common goal.
Go get him! Go get your teammate!
Soldiers from USAG Yongsan Headquarters Company are part of a stress shoot, which helps prepare soldiers for combat pressure while building esprit de corps between U.S. and Korean forces.
Let's go!
Each team has a U.S. soldier and a Katyusha.
He's new here. He's very high speed. They say he's a marathon runner. Runs pretty fast, great PT. He's an excellent person so far since I've met him. So I'm excited about working with him.
Just let the balloons take care of you.
Shooting with someone yelling at you on top of physical exhaustion is no easy task. Was the new Katyusha soldier ready for the challenge?
We'll see how it goes. I haven't really shot under stress conditions yet, so it's up in the air, but I'm excited for it.
Going nowhere!
Corporal Southwell and Private Quan pushed themselves and each other throughout the trials, while also competing against other teams' times.
He did a really good job.
Corporal Southall completely put me on my back. On his back. I wasn't able to keep up with him on that hill, especially. But good.
Sergeant Stephen Dornbos, Yongsan, Korea.
You have your weapon up by now!
Stress shoots simulate the fatigue and pressure soldiers can face during combat. Without the logistic readiness squadron, there's no equipment. Without equipment, the mission doesn't get done. Senior Airman Nick Dostis tells us how a team of individuals from Kunsan did their job.
The Air Force is one team, but as individuals, we each experience things a little differently.
It feels good being hands-on and getting dirty, because it shows that I did work today.
79 pieces of cargo, it's a lot of work that goes into that. It's a lot of people and it's a lot of parts. And for us to still be able to do this and carry on with our day-to-day job, I think we're awesome.
A successful team needs individuals with varying levels of experience to fill different roles.
This is my first Max Thunder, and they just told me to come out here and help load on the cargo into the trucks. But it wasn't bad, like everyone was talking calm and like telling you what to do, so it was nice.
Back in 2009, I was just that airman. I did the regular day-to-day stuff. But now as an NCO, I'm actually running a section. I'm doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes and still making sure the day-to-day stuff gets done.
Every airman brings something to the table and also takes something away.
I care about my work and like I want it to be the best that it can be, so having someone else look over it and them saying, well, you could do this, and that's another opinion saying, oh, well, that's a good idea. So it's always nice having someone else look at it and get their opinion about it.
Because I actually like coming to work every day. I like coming in, seeing my airmen's faces. I like coming in, seeing them smiling. I like being around them. I actually like the section that I work in.
And when all the pieces fall into place, that's when things get done. Senior Airman Nick Dostis, Kunsan Air Base, South Korea.
Max Thunder is a multinational and joint service exercise that involves the entire South Korean peninsula. We must not forget the important times in history, because if we do, history might repeat itself. Army Private Joe Alleman helps us remember those days.
Remembering important days in history helps better our future.
Well, today we came to remember the Holocaust. Over 6 million Jews were eradicated, killed, murdered in Europe. And we remember that today so it won't happen again. The tragedy is genocide continues.
Whenever evil rose in history is also when heroes came to the rescue.
America's Army, the 2nd Infantry Division, is recognized by the National Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C. as a liberating unit. And today's purpose was to tell the soldiers of the 70th BSB about their history and about the division's part in liberating the Jewish people from the horrors of the Second World War and genocide.
As a soldier, it is important to learn from history to become a great leader and lead by example.
Whatever the history is, whatever the memorial is, whatever the event is, get out and support it. Teach and train your soldiers if you're a leader. If you're a young soldier and you want to be a leader, Google it, Wikipedia, read a book, but learn about the history, because the history that you're doing today will be the history that your children will read about tomorrow.
Army Private Joel Lamont, Camp Casey, Korea.
The observance for the Holocaust was a learning time for soldiers, where they learned how Jewish people lived and 2ID's vital role in the liberation. The term airman isn't only restricted to that of a man. Staff Sergeant Zach Lopez shows us how others are paid proper tribute.
It's only right to pay final respects to those who pass away in service to our country, whether man or canine.
Sentry had a look about him, and you could tell it was a look of just pure hardness. And this day it was a pure look of, I want love. And so I got down to my knees, and he ran up, put his chest against mine, and I could hear him put the muzzle to my, I felt him put the muzzle to my face, and I could hear him licking through the muzzle, trying to give me that love. And after that, you know, it caught me, it actually brought a tear to my eye when he did it, because I worked so hard, and for so many months, even after me and him split our ways, I was still going to his kennel, and I was still giving him that love. And for so many months, you know, we worked as a team, and that was the first time he gave me that love back. And that's when I felt like he told me it was okay. And so this is our tribute wall right here. This is all MWDs in the past that have either retired or you know, given all their service to us and have fallen. So a lot of these dogs right here have been put down. Here's Sentry's final resting spot, and this will be his tribute until the day these kennels are tore down.
What was supposed to be a routine medical procedure turned out to be a tragic loss for the Air Force.
It was a bittersweet experience because I knew Sentry did everything he could, and everything that, you know, he couldn't do in his career, he did. He did it very, very well, I must say. The bitter part of it became because I now know that one of the Air Force's finest is now laid to rest.
On behalf of the President of the United States, the United States Air Force, and a grateful nation, please accept this flag as a symbol of your loved one's faithful and honorable service.
Yes, sir. Thank you. The honor and the sacrifice they give is just unlike any other. So they truly are fallen airmen when they pass away. I will forever bear our scars with honor, brother, because you, Sentry, paid it all for me. Rest in peace, my dear Sentry. We got it from here.
Staff Sergeant Zach Lopez, Kunsan Air Base, Korea.
Senior Airman Phillips has been assigned a new military working dog. For most people, getting laughed at can be an embarrassing experience. However, for one Katyusha on U.S. Army Garrison Youngsong, he not only enjoys it, he lives for those moments. Katyusha Sergeant Jang Young-chon meets up with this soldier that's about to turn it up.
Preparation for the Katyusha U.S. Friendship Week talent show is at its final stages. Corporal Lee Myung-woo, who's the MC for this event, feels performing in front of a large crowd is an act he's been doing his whole life.
Growing up, me and my dad went to watch baseball a lot. I don't know why, but every time we were at the games, my dad would always talk me into getting up on stage to sing and dance with the cheerleaders, saying that he would buy me ice cream if I did. And of course, ice cream was enough for me to get up on the stage and dance. So I think performing in front of people came naturally at a young age, and big crowds don't faze me.
A proven comedic talent himself, who made it all the way to the final audition for a famous Korean comedy show, he feels a sense of joy that's hard to describe when performing in front of people.
It doesn't matter if the audience is laughing at how I look or the jokes that I crack. As long as the audience is laughing, I'm happy. I'm addicted to the feeling of being able to make people laugh, which is why I eventually want to do this for a living.
Despite the bumps along the way in becoming a comedian, he's up for the obstacles that lies ahead. He has had bigger challenges that he has been faced with, especially the one that he's currently tackling that most Koreans of his age would have dodged.
It's a little embarrassing to say this, but I failed 3 times to join the military for physical reasons. At first I thought of it as a blessing that I could get away with the mandatory service, but the more I thought about it, the more it made me think about why I can't go, and I applied until I got in. I don't regret it one bit, and serving my country has given me great opportunities, like me getting to MC today.
Katyusha Sergeant Chung In-chan, Yongsan, Korea.
Corporal Lee's goal is to become a comedian and one day have his own entertainment company. That was your Around the Peninsula for Thursday, April 23rd. From all of us at AFN, enjoy your evening.